he also
Pink lemonade.
Yeah, like it's how it works out. Hey, here you go. You want something else? Here, at first I'll give you Skittles. I came back. Here's some pink lemonade. Like,
okay.
I just, you know what, I gotta say, once again, Toei's great, but Saban is really cool. You know,
Saban brings you pink lemonade.
Saban brought me pink lemonade.
And Toei brings you Skittles.
Toei brings me Skittles. So it's like, hey, you know what? I've never thought to myself that I would really enjoy Saban entertainment in any way until I really took time to reevaluate it, and I realized anything with Saban's label on it is good. Good for me. So good for the world.
You've seen the truth.
Good for yes.
Saban.
Yes. I have seen the truth, which is Saban. Saban gives me pink lemonade. Hello.
Hi guys! Right? I didn't realize we were rolling and plugging Saban shamelessly.
What? I'm not plugging Saban shamelessly.
We're
I'm telling him how much I love him.
You're completely right. Mm-hmm. What was I thinking?
Yeah. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Ranger Wrap-Up.
Yes.
Today we are going to be discussing Hyperforce.
Hyperforce!
Quite possibly one of the most innovative things that we've been able to do with we've seen with a Saban property in quite some time, and I gotta say, I love every minute of it. It's really good. It's really
great.
Good. It's combining one niche kind of nerd thing, which is D&D, with another niche kind of
D&D thing.
Well, yeah, and bring it all together, and I love it. And just putting it in the Ranger world and making sure it's canon.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Oh, it's great.
Like, it's amazing. I'm sorry. Hello, my name's Daniel, and to my left is the ever incomparable one.
What's up, guys? My name is Darrel.
There you go. And we are here to talk about, almost everything Ranger.
Hyperforce! Yeah, welcome to the Ranger Wrap-Up. Really quick, guys, before we jump into everything that is Ranger-related news and nonsense and awesome. So we have our THS Hashtaggers group, which is a group on Facebook. What it is, it's basically our chat room on Facebook. And so whenever we're done here, you can jump onto there. You guys can talk about anything. We're always posting our news articles and stuff. You're drinking is
yeah. What you were saying? I'm listening. I was just
Anyway, feel free to share that around with your friends. The more people we have in that group, the more the better. Feel free to share this video as well, because the more people we have watching this stream, the more fun it's going to be. We have our super chat feature, which is the little S at the bottom of the chat box. You can click that, and you can... You chugged it all. You hit that, and any donation that you have for us is extremely welcome. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. And all the money that you put in goes back to you guys. It's
exactly.
Great.
Helps us to make sure that we do such great things as well, the Angel Grove Prom.
Yes.
And a lot of other things that we're trying to do to make sure that you, as a community, get to enjoy what we do.
Yes. We also have our TeePublic store, which is going to be in the description below. And you can click on that if you want cool, nerdy, geek t-shirts and stuff like that.
Who doesn't want, like, cool, nerdy, geek t-shirts? Especially because, the law says you have to wear clothes.
Yes.
So...
All right, so really quick, I want to touch upon the new Super Sentai that we got released about, that we got info for, because we touched upon that in Henshin Hangout, but we can talk about here too, because it's technically Rangers. We have confirmed news of the new 2 Super Sentai, Kaito Sentai Lupin Ranger and Keisatsu Sentai Lupin. No, Pato Ranger.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Sorry, this is going to get confusing. There's 2 of them. So we have the images. You can find that on one of our friends, Jimmy, Angel Grove Radio. He has all the info there, pictures and all, like, a bunch of other really cool stuff. But I'm really liking the Lupin Rangers. We're both liking the Lupin Rangers.
I think the Lupin Ranger is happening right now at the moment. Happens to be our favorite, even though their aesthetic is like a top hat.
Yes,
it's still great. I love it. It looks cooler than the Pato, so I'm down for the Lupin. I'm Team Lupin right now.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and this is my favorite time of the year, when every time we get, like, new stuff, because it's just like, oh man, are all the rumors true? And we finally get it. It's like, yes! Yes! I love this.
It does kind of change your world for a bit. It does.
Because it's something you've been, like, hearing about forever, and then you finally see it happen, and it's awesome. this is the season that I think is going to get adapted into Rangers. I think we're going to get this as Rangers, and we're going to skip over Q Ranger. As much as I'd like it, as I've said before, you don't want Q Ranger adapted, but I think this might be something that gets adapted into Power Rangers.
I'm telling you, I know it's not going to get adapted. My boy Toey told me, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So it's not going to get adapted. Don't worry
Not
about
sponsored.
it. Not sponsored at all.
But
no,
yes, guys.
no.
So let me toss this off to you. What do you think, now that you're seeing the suits, what do you think is going to be the adaptation for Power Rangers when it finally comes over here? Do you think it's going to be these 2 new Sentais? Do you think it's going to be Q Ranger? Or do you think it's going to be something like Tokyuger or Zooger? Or Go Busters even? Because I know you've been wanting to see Go Busters.
Yep.
Yes. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless now that we have the suits, and here's hoping that it turns into something good.
It will.
Yes. So, let's talk about Hyperforce. So, we haven't really had a stream really talking about it yet,
No,
have
not
we?
really. Not a full, real hard-on one. We had one before, I think.
Yeah.
Joe did by himself.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, so it doesn't count. Okay, cool. It's not in canon because it's
It didn't have us in it. It was an alternate
so,
universe.
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Anything Joe does doesn't really matter, so,
Yeah,
confirmed
so
on
that's
the
why we're
stream. He's gonna watch this back later and be like, these mother...
I hate you guys so much. You're fired. No, we'll be fine.
You're fired! You're fired! You get me a beer!
Wow, that was right
And then
on.
when you come back, you're fired!
No, it's red wine. Red wine. Give me red wine.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. Anyway,
yeah.
moving on.
Hyperforce. So, I mean, you've been keeping up sort of so far. What's your initial, like, reactions of all of this?
Yes, please. That's literally my
Yes,
goal.
please.
Because it's really great. Like I said before, melding like D&D with Rangers. It's something that you don't get to see all the time, and you don't really get to enjoy as much as you wish you
It's
could.
not something...
This is something that's like, oh, this is amazing.
You know, it's something that I've thought about way before, but I was like, it's probably never going to happen. And now here it is. You know, this is an officially sanctioned Saban thing, and I think it's awesome. We get to see, like, the whole world just unfold in front of us. And the fun thing is that the Rangers, for the most part, don't know what's happening either.
Right.
You know, they're just kind of just jumping into it. It's like, all right, I'm going to jump through this window. Never mind, I'm not.
Nope.
It's not happening.
Darn, it has that. Well, that's where it kind of takes that level of creativity, and you have to make sure that what you're putting down, what you're saying, is actually that good. And that's why I say, thank God Peter is there.
Yes.
Because there are moments where I can see some of them are not playing the way they should, and Peter's pretty quick to, all right, let me make a move and show you exactly, some things that you should do, some things you shouldn't, and I like that kind of course correction.
You know, here's the thing that when Peter was on here, he was talking about, like, how he almost killed
oh man,
Jack, Paul Schreier, because he put so many Sentai tropes into his character that it turned out to be a burden. And I thought that was very interesting. And I was like, it would be a burden, you know, if you took all these, like, I'm going to be heroic, I'm going to jump into action, I'm going to fight it out, and, it
was so good. He got his punishment. He realized at that time, it was like, oh my God.
And now he's playing smart. You can definitely see after that episode, he's playing smart. My issue, though, forgive me, Peter, and I would love to say this, like, talk to you about this.
Peter's a good guy, you can talk to him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I'm not a fan of how he's playing now. He's playing it too safe.
Too careful?
He's playing it too careful. There are times...
You want him to be all loose and fancy free?
Well, here's the thing. Towards the end of this Hyperforce episode, I'm not going to spoil it just yet until we, like, jump into it. They have to leave the ship, and something happens. They're like, no, guys, we don't know where we are. We can't just do this. We have to figure out where we are. We have to be safe. Whereas first episode, Peter was like, yeah, let's do that. And everyone else on the team is like, no, we need to go out. We need to go do this. We need to go do this. And he's playing it so safe. He's like, no, this is a bad idea.
Well, dude,
no.
You have to think about it. After choosing to jump headlong into danger and things like that, you almost kill one of your teammates,
and I know
you are going to. There's a little bit of trauma that's going to go along with it, and for that, Marv is kind of slightly traumatized, and he's worried. And
I get it. I totally get it.
Marv is trying to be, like, hey, I'm the Red Ranger in a way, and it's like, well, but no, you're not. But
there are times
he worries
where
if he does something, he may kill someone.
Yeah, exactly. There are times where he's playing though recently that I'm like, he doesn't feel like he's playing out the Red Ranger role. Like if I had to put blue on him for that moment, like okay, that kind of fits.
That fits.
And that's the thing, and that's what kind of bothers me is that
saying.
like, it's fine to be careful, but like he's playing it so careful that it's like, dude, come on.
So if you were playing, you would. Well, sometimes we have to jump right in. We have to.
There are things.
Let's go.
Exactly. There are things where I was like, Peter, come on, make the decision. Marv, make the decision. Do the thing. Like go explore. Go. Shoot that shot. You fire off or whatever. Like do the thing.
Yeah.
Make it count.
That's true. Go out there and kill Jack. That's no. Because that's essentially what you're saying.
That's not what
That
I'm
is what
saying.
you're saying, man. That's exactly it. Because he did that, and when he did that, P.S. Jack almost died. So you don't want to do it again. That's my opinion.
And I understand.
You have to have that worry because if you don't, you have to be careful because other people's lives are at stake when you make a mistake. And now he learned that for sure, and he doesn't want to do it again.
I understand.
He doesn't be remembered for, I'm sorry I killed you, you're off of this. Like, I don't want to do that. I would hate to do that.
In episode 6, he actually makes a brief apology to Jack about this. But that's episode 6. We're talking about episode 5 today. So I feel it's kind of obligatory that we give a summary review of this episode for the reason that it's a 3-hour episode. And so we're gonna jump through this as quickly as we can, because there's a lot. This episode, we need Megazord power now. This was the episode 5, and it was a good episode, but from start to finish, there wasn't a whole lot that happened. Who's your favorite character so far, though? I need to know this.
Honestly, Marv was dope, but Chloe's pretty amazing, man.
Chloe's awesome. Chloe is best girl.
And I want to... Chloe, can I make you waifu? Can I just somehow figure that out? I'll clean the Zords or whatever. I will...
Didn't you want to ask her something?
If you allow me to take you to prom, Chloe, I will murder someone. I will. I know that's not what you want for sure, but possibly. Just letting you know where
there is candy and rainbows and unicorns involved.
There are candy, rainbows, unicorns, and slides made of whatever you want. I don't care. Just go with me to prom. Yeah, go with me to prom. Please. Please, dear God.
I'll go to prom with you.
That's all I need. That's all I need. Just say yes.
Megan,
just say yes. You don't even have to go. Just say yes, and then that's all I need in my life. That's it.
Burritos, chimichangas, and everything.
Yes, I mean
she's great.
There's pink lemonade. There's pink lemonade. I will
in your honor.
In your honor. You are amazing. You are the greatest thing to ever happen in my life, and I need you to go to prom. Okay, that's it. I'm done. That's it. I think I'm good.
So that was his favorite character in Hyperforce.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. I love you. Moving on.
So, Hyperforce episode 5. Let's see. It starts off with they're back at the ship and they're trying to figure out how to get this time ship moving. They're trying to figure out everything, and they're stuck in Angel Grove of 1994. And so they're trying to what do we do to power it up? We don't have the materials. We don't have anything. We're stranded. And this is the part. During this part, I'm here there's only so much they can say during a role-playing game that's I could just go look for parts outside. You know, they were stuck in another time, and I'm like here, like I actually, if I was sitting in that chair, I don't know what I would say. Like, how would we fix this ship?
All right, so I'm gonna head over to this cavern that I saw earlier, and I'm gonna head into that cavern. It's the mine. It's a mine, and I'm gonna go ahead and start digging and see what I can find. All right. So while I was digging, I happened to find blah 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 blah, and then go from there. That would be it.
I think Daniel is going to the prom with Jazzer's Alpha 5 costume.
That's possible. That's possible. I may, but apparently, according to Hyperforce, Alpha is just a pile of rubble right now. So, no.
Spoiler.
Spoilers. That's all.
That happens at the end of the episode, but we'll get to that.
Let's talk all about it.
So yeah, I mean, there's the thing is like, oh, how do we fix this? Blah blah blah. We have 3 hours to figure this out. How meta, because they have 3 hours of filming time.
Dude, all I'm saying is just go to a mine. You dig up. Oh my gosh, these are like remnants or the resin of a crystal. So from that, we're gonna figure out a way to synthesize an actual crystal. I would have done that, and then they would have been like, you can't play the game anymore. You're too good. Come on, because that's genius.
I'm gonna message Malika about that.
No, think about it. I find a resin of a crystal, and then I go to the ship. There had to be some things that are still working on the ship, even though it's not fully turning on, and that would be some kind of replicator or something. And from there, I will pretty much synthesize the crystal that I need to power the ship, and then from there, we're out of there.
Really quick, guys. A lot of you guys are like, oh, does anyone know what happened to Kelly on Ranger Wrap Up? Well, Kelly, actually, she's doing Achievement Unlock, and she's doing a whole bunch of other shows here on Hashtag. She's not in Ranger Wrap Up anymore. She's here with us. She
is very, very busy right now. And guys, if you happen to be gamers, which I know a lot of you are, you have to check out Achievement Unlock.
Yes.
Things are ramping up and being very dope right now. They're active as I don't know what.
Yes, they're streaming on Twitch all the time. She's not here on Ranger Wrap Up, but she is still on that Hashtag show.
Like she's on the show in spirit.
Yes,
know?
she is with us in spirit.
She's our Pink Ranger, so it's fine.
Yes. So wanted to address that really quick. Anyway, so 3 hours until everything like goes to crap.
Yes.
And then we get a thing that like, oh, this Shiba Samurai, the Shibarai, they didn't have a name.
Dude, no, that's right.
And they were just like, let's just call it the Shibarai. I think it was Peter actually who called it that.
It was, and I was like, oh my god.
And Malika
Peter.
was like, I like it. I'm gonna keep it. And so they're fighting the Shibarai, and a lot of this episode is literally just them I missed.
Until finally, one person hits the one eye.
Yeah.
Because that's why they kept missing, because they were aiming for the eye. And it was like...
I believe it was your bae, your best girl.
Chloe.
It was Chloe.
She was the first one to go ahead and knock out one eye from the Shibarai. And then after that, I think, was it Marv that did the other? Or was it Jack?
I don't remember. Well, they knock out both eyes, but
then the Shibarai is blind.
Yeah. So while this whole fight is happening, we still have Eddie and Vesper trying to fix the ship, and Eddie is trying to hey, so that thing last episode where you were playing my girlfriend, crazy, right?
Wow.
it'd be funny
if we were a thing.
He was like, oh no, that was just a part of the plan. Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, yeah. That was cute. It was amusing, and it was really funny to see Christina V and Andre really go at it. It's like, I did. Be a thing. Be that canon relationship in the Ranger universe.
People are looking forward to it, man. Come on, we're already shipping you. Just go ahead and make it happen.
Yes. So while this is happening, they're trying to get this ship figured out, and they're running out of time. And so Eddie and Vesper use that hologram machine that from the first episode to send a message to the future. And Chloe wants to say like, "Hey, and tell them I say I'm awesome." Okay, so they managed to configure a way to send a message to the future using Eddie's wrench because it wasn't working, and then she hits it because of a dice roll. It's like, does it work? Does it work? It works.
It works.
And so they managed.
All it takes is that old school know-how of where to hit it.
Yes.
That's it.
And they send a message to the future, like, hey, our time ship is stuck. We don't know what to do. Also, Chloe is awesome. And they sent back a message. And I think they sent it a little because they were like, hey, I hope you guys are receiving this message, but we've been working on the thing for some time now. You know, because time travel is weird. You know, you send it and then it gets to us. It's like, oh, cool. Abigail from the first episode makes a reappearance. It's like, hey, I'm part of this team now, and I've been helping build the Zords, or I've been helping build these weapons for you guys, and we're gonna send them out right now. So at this point, they don't know. Eddie and Vesper don't know the thing has grown to gigantic proportions, and they look outside the window and they're like, oh my god, what is that thing? And a portal opens up and out comes the Zords. Everyone has been asking, when are we gonna get the Zords? We finally have the Zords, and
they are ridiculously cool. So possibly the coolest Zords I've ever seen. I just the way they looked, the art on them, I love them.
We have the Cerberus Hyper Zord, which is the black Zord. It has 3 heads, and has all these attacks. I can't zoom in. Oh, there we go. It has a giant tail mace, and a 3-headed shred, which is like her main attack.
That's my sword.
Yeah. So we have the Lion Hyper Zord, double fire cannon, and a clawed pounce, and it does all these like cool, like, think of it like a red Voltron lion.
And I think that's your Zord, right?
Yes.
I thought so.
Phoenix Hyper Zord. This thing, I think it looks awesome.
Come on.
That looks bomb.
It shoots its wings.
Man. It shoots feathers like arrows and stuff. It's really cool.
That's Kelly Zord.
The Ram Hyper Zord. I do appreciate that it is a tank. It's not just a ram. Yeah. I think it would have been cool to be like a giant animal ram, but having it be a giant ram tank.
Go for the tank.
That's cool.
That's fine.
There was a point in the episode, I don't know if you remember it, but it was, I'm going to pass my turn off to Jack, and Jack is going to jump up and do it. Well, I can't jump up because I'm a tank. I thought that was so funny.
It's a point.
And Eddie's Serpent Hyper Zord. I think this is the first real Snake Zord that we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
We had a Snake Zord in Megaforce, but it was technically a train. Yeah, if someone can like shoot a correction at me.
This is literally a snake.
Yeah. Yeah, someone can shoot a correction at me, but I think this is the first true Snake Zord we've ever really gotten. Watching this unfold though, like, from my understanding, they didn't know they were getting the Zords that day, and they didn't know that the Zords were, what the Zords were. And so when Malika, the GM, told them to turn over their cards, they were like, oh my gosh! And, Peter, like, everyone else kind of turned it over. Andre, like, looked at it and was like, this is awesome. And he kind of put it down. Everyone else put it down. But Peter is just like, what? Yeah, I'm here. It was great.
Peter is the voice of the audience because he does things that we are doing literally while he's playing the game. He turns it over and it's like, oh my god! And then we trip out because it's the Zords, and then he trips out because it's the Zords. So it's so genuine, and this is how you know it's not scripted.
Yeah, because they didn't know.
They didn't, and it was like, oh, we got a surprise, and they freak the bleep out. It was great. It was great.
If I could get a screenshot of Peter's face throughout this whole episode, because there's another thing that his face just like.
Oh my gosh!
But when they flipped over the Zord, it was so like, look at him, he's a Power Ranger. Look at him,
and he is fanboying out at the same time, and that's what makes it so cool.
We have Zords, guys.
Like, oh man,
it was so much fun to watch that. They didn't form the Megazord this episode, but they did fight it out with the Zords. They beat the Shibarai, and at this point, Alpha is like, "Hey, this was cool and all, but your 3 hours are literally almost up. So you need to figure out what you're doing now." And this is the part where Marv, Peter's decision making was kind of like.
This was the huge flaw, because it was like, you know what? Now is the time. Pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Now is the time. Don't sit here. If you want to be a leader, you want to be the Red Ranger, you need to pull the trigger.
Yes.
You can't sit there
Scorpina and Vulcanos are about to escape into the future or wherever it is that they're going.
And they've got the clay. Dude,
and everyone else is here like, we should follow them.
Yeah.
We should, like, do something. Like, and he's like, I don't know. You know, I'm not entirely sure what his decision was, but I remember him being really flaky about it, and I was like, dude, make a decision. Please make a decision. This is why I'm saying, like,
right. Yeah.
You know, you have Malika's here like, Rangers, we don't have much time left, and you're here like, so what they end up doing...
It did really feel like a TV episode, though, because it was like that moment where he's like, Rangers, hurry up! We are going to die! Hurry up, Rangers! And she was just like, and the camera's getting closer, and the music's playing louder, and he's,
I don't know what to do!
Yeah, and it was just like, Rangers, I'm dead! It was like almost going to happen right there.
Yeah.
And then finally, there was a decision.
Yes.
But, man, Peter, quicker, man. Quicker. People are dying, man.
he's not gonna let that go.
No.
So what happens is they finally decide, oh, maybe all these Zords can power up the ship and give us the boost that we need. So they dock the Zords to the ship, which makes me wonder how big the ship actually is. So
it has to be pretty big.
So they all dock into the ship, and then you know that thing from the Power Rangers movie when the back opens up and they pull back and then they like form up into the cockpit. That kind of happens. Only they form up into the middle of the ship. What I thought was going to happen was, the ship is like the center of the Megazord and they're going to form it.
That's what I thought.
It's not. It's just a way to transport everything. And so they finally do it. They jump into time to chase after Vulcanos' ship, and in that whole thing they're trying to, like, they think that their energy is being stolen from them, and they're like, what do we do? This is another really iffy thing, that like, fire something at them, like, do something, you know. They're getting away, and if you beat them, this is my thing, if you beat them in the time stream, they're done.
That's true, like, actually. That's all time existence. They're done.
Shoot them or something. You know, they're getting away. But here they're like, Peter is just like, we don't know what's happening.
Again,
and the rest of them
I'm afraid to commit to that choice. And it just becomes, I can't pull the trigger. And it's like, well, then if you can't, stand aside.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And the rest of the team also...
I'm like, Peter, you need to... Peter, make a change! Make the change! Make the change! Say the change! I need it to happen.
I knew you were going to say that.
I just need it to happen, man. Peter, come on.
The rest of the team also were kind of iffy about what to do. Granted, you know, I'm not putting all the blame on Marv, but it was just very like, someone do something.
I was getting worried. And it was just
the worry,
suspense.
The worry is warranted because something happens. They get knocked out of the time stream, and Alpha literally falls apart. Something happens.
It's like
to
giant
Alpha.
Ball of light, right?
Like
comes at the ship, and
I think it like just.
I don't know what was that thing. What was it from though?
We don't know yet, right? Yeah. I'm still kind of like,
because it was like
wrapping my head around it,
and it just boom, and then everything hits them. So I don't know if it was like pretty much course correction coming through, and it was like, okay, you're leaving this time frame, blah blah blah. But yeah, like you said, hits Alpha. I mean, it hits the ship, and everything goes haywire.
Yeah,
everything.
So I mean, we don't know exactly what happens, but Alpha falls apart. He's no more. As far as we know, he could probably get rebuilt, but
it's because he's locked within that timeline, and now that he's outside of it, I guess for some reason he's almost like to a point where it's like I can't exist.
Yeah. So, well, here's the thing. They fall out of the time stream, and they crash land into, I think it was a warehouse. I don't recall. So. They crash land, and everything is like, everyone's fine. The Zords are fine. And then they hear some knocking on the hull of the ship. And it's like, hey, are you guys okay in there? And so they ask for clarification who it is. And after much back and forth, they're like, oh, my name is M. And that's kind of cool, because if you remember, there were a group of scientists, or kid soldier scientists, I don't recall the actual term, but they were all named after letters. If you recall, the one that gave the Rangers powers in a certain series was K. And her name is M. So,
interesting.
So they're wondering, like, hey, where are we? And after much back and forth, like, I don't know, our world is kind of crap. Technology is taking over. Yeah. And at this point, watch Peter's face again, because he's, like, analyzing this. He's like,
he's hearing this, and it's like, I know I've heard this before.
And it's not until she says, we have to head to the dome city of Corinth. Peter's face goes...
Literally.
It was the best.
It was like, the thing is, while he did that, I did that. So it was just like, Peter, ooh, and I was, ooh. So we're both sitting there. He's doing it on the show, and we're both just stunned and shocked, because now we know what's happening. Now we know where we are. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
It's at this point that, well, even before that, they start to question, hey, we effed up the timeline really bad, because this never happens in our in our like past. My sound is on. Yeah,
never happened in our past. As far as our history, this has never happened.
Yeah, so
because remember, they're Time Force. They're from the future, and they're coming back. So yeah,
that never happens. Nope. They've never met. In fact, they don't even know who the RPM Rangers technically are.
Exactly.
And so it's very interesting to see that whole thing take place.
But it lets us know that right now they're not only time jumping,
they're dimension hopping.
Yeah, you see what we did there? That's, oh my god. So it's dope.
Yeah, it's really cool. But they've kind of established they are in a different dimension. But they have to figure out how to get back, how to power their ship back up, how to get Alpha back, if at all, and how to follow Vulcanos and Scorpina back, through time.
Yeah.
The episode pretty much ends there with they hear the message that Kay says at the beginning of every episode of RPM, actually. It's like, go now to the Dome City of Corinth. It's the only place you can be safe, blah, blah, blah. Narration. And you can, the episode basically ends there.
Yeah.
And it was just knowing that they're in Corinth makes me happy.
Oh, man.
But that leads me... I was talking to our producer, JD, about this. Where they landed, it seems like they're in the very first episode of RPM, before the dome shields close. However, it's already been confirmed, it's no secret, that they're going to meet Mike Jin, who plays Gem in Power Rangers RPM. And if you remember, he's the Gold Ranger who shows up later. Later. So, that's the thing. Does he have his powers yet? And if he does, is that canon to what happens, Is he going to know that the other Rangers exist? Is he going to know, whatever? I don't want them to really break the continuity, because I was like, they're doing so well.
I don't think they will break it.
Aisha was kind of a stretch, because I have the saber-tooth tiger. No, I don't. Just kidding.
Oh, boy. But honestly, I mean, it's been how long since she's done...
benefit of the doubt.
You 15 years ago, and you all right, yeah, remember everything you did 15 years ago. All these episodes. Go. Nope, it's not happening. So a lot of people are giving her heat, and I'm just here to give heat back to you guys that are giving heat to her, because it makes no sense.
Yeah,
it makes no sense. You don't understand. Honestly, you don't understand how it is to have someone say, hey, recall something you did 15 years ago, and act it out and be very accurate about it.
For 3 hours.
Right now, yes. Right now. Go. There's no way, man. So, guys.
A little bit of me, a little bit of me was screaming. I remember when she says, hey, I have the saber-tooth tiger. I'm here in my car because I'm listening to this, because I'm not going to sit down and watch this for 3 hours. And you're like, no, you don't! You don't have it! It was destroyed, kind of, sort of.
Well, see, from the fanboy aspect versus from the actual actor aspect, you can understand both sides.
Totally.
You can understand both sides, though. From the fanboy, it's like, how do you not know? I know. Yes, I wasn't acting, but I know because I'm a fan. And think about, if I know about this, I know about so many other, fandoms, and I know them just as accurate, too. So, kind of like how you have to remember lines and stuff that you did. All this, I remember all this stuff, but it becomes different also because it's like you're actively still paying attention, reading, and learning more about this fandom, while she is not.
Exactly.
So that's where it's like
no,
it's tough on both
again,
sides.
totally understand. But the fanboy was screaming, obviously,
Yeah.
which is why I'm a little concerned about like what they're going to do with RPM, because RPM, as many of you know, is the holy grail of Power Rangers.
I don't believe they will mess up. I do not, because I think they understand that.
Yeah.
They better understand that. So
I'm glad that this is their next stop too.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh my god.
I'm really looking forward to this. I hope they don't mess it up.
They won't.
And where they are, because I've already seen an episode ahead, things get crazy. There's something that happens. And the title of the episode, do you want to know what the title of the episode is? Called Vesper's Betrayal. I'm not going to say any more than that, but the title alone is a spoiler. When a certain something happens, everyone was kind of complacent, just like sitting around like we're playing the game. And as soon as it happens, everyone went, "What?" Wait, what?
Well, I'm going what?
Hold on, what?
I'm going what when I just heard the title.
And everyone went like was going in like they're no longer just like I'm shooting rainbows and like burritos.
Oh no, it becomes.
Oh no, things got really dark really fast.
It becomes a thing for survival as well. Speaking about what happened getting dark on the episode where they actually
we'll talk about that episode next week
when they take down the Shibarai. It got kind of dark there too.
Oh yeah.
When they finally like knocked it down, Shibarai's like,
and then Marv goes up and he's just like, boom,
crawling away. Marv was like, oh no, it doesn't end that easily, and it was like, what's going on here, guys? He rolls and starts clawing away at Shibarai's back. Like, it's already down. You're kicking it while it's down. What's happening? Mommy, I don't want to see this anymore. It was really going in on it. And he just started cutting into... You were like, oh my god, this is just as savage as beating people with bats. This is horrible. Like, God.
For the reference, watch the last stream that we did.
Exactly. But my gosh. And that's the moment where I said... Marv, my man. That was it for me. I'm like, hey, you know what? You didn't pull the trigger at all these other moments, but right here, you knew exactly what to do. I can't let him get away. And that's what he did.
There's a thing I want to meme later on. During the fight with the Shibarai, Lord Zedd makes a small appearance, and he's like... his plans get foiled, and he goes, "No!" Andre goes, "Yes!" It's the funniest thing. I like paused and I started laughing because Andre's so funny. Oh man,
that was perfect. That was perfect.
Oh my gosh,
the episode was great. It was fun. I
left on a huge cliffhanger.
Yes, man. Yes, it left on a huge cliffhanger. I just had to do it because I thought it made sense.
It was a fun episode, and I'm dying to talk about the next episode, because the thing about the next episode is that it's 3 hours, obviously. All the episodes 3 hours, but the first part of it, literally nothing happens. It's just them trying to get from point A to point B, and we could glaze over that really quickly. Okay. What happens at the end, that's what we need to talk about.
So that's what we will talk about next week.
Yes.
We'll actually give you an amazing breakdown, and, you will lose your stuff.
Yes.
Do we have enough time to go through some of the pitches?
Yes, we have enough time to go through some of the pitches.
We'll go through some of them. We may not read them all, and if we don't, we'll probably read the other ones next week. But
okay, so let me just make sure it's the right one.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas special. That's it.
Make sure. Good.
Okay, so... last week, we asked you guys for pitches as far as, what was it? Movie pitches, right?
Yep.
What you wanted the trilogies to look like.
Yeah.
Or the 6-movie thing. And so we have your guys' pitches right here. So I'm going to put this
cool. I was like, do I have to read it here?
in the middle.
Woo. I'm going to try.
Here, I'm going to...
Ready?
I'm going to put this here.
Okay,
so that way y'all can hear me and my beautiful voice. All right. Who wants to read first? Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
That's you.
All right.
That's
So
you.
one out of.
I win.
Yes, the movie pitches. You're right, Super Samurai. All right, let's get to this. First one is going to be Jalen Glover, fan favorite apparently. So let's go for this. Hey guys, so my pitch for the trilogy is the introduction of the evil Green Ranger. After the Rangers defeated Rita and they returned to detention. They introduced the Tommy Oliver.
Tommy Oliver.
But Tommy was nowhere to be seen because he was busy practicing his martial arts skill. Tommy was just a normal guy trying to live a normal life until something fell out of the sky and landed right in front of him. It was none other than the green power coin that fell from Rita's staff. When Tommy picks it up, it was filled with the evil powers of Rita that makes him fall under her control, turning him into the evil Green Ranger. Mm-hmm. Soon, the Green Ranger is causing havoc in the city, and Zordon calls the 5 teens back to face this new threat, for they believe that Rita had turned into the Green Ranger again. The Rangers agree, and they head into the city to face the evil Green Ranger. They tried with all of their might, but they couldn't beat him, and then he summons the Dragon Zord to finish him off, and then that's the end of part one. Now, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Going over it, what did you like? What did you maybe you wish you could change? Or?
I don't know if I like the idea of Tommy just kind of like, man, I had a good day practicing my martial arts skills, and all of a sudden, hey, it's a coin! Ah! I'm evil now.
It is what happened in the show, right? I mean, wasn't that ultimately it?
No.
Wasn't he?
Rita shows up. He's like, "You're my new Green Ranger."
That's right. She just showed up and kidnapped him. She probably got the idea from Alpha when he kidnapped children for Christmas specials. So, I mean, that could be the case. But she did. Did he not? Then hashtag never forget. Alpha did kidnap some children. So you may love him, but he definitely kidnaps people.
Children.
Yeah, you know. So Rita did. Oh, that's right. So Rita did kidnap him. So you made a change according to what was in the canon, which I love. Changes.
I do like the idea that Rangers. There's a new threat. The Green Ranger's back. Rita's back, and I like them going back into combat. Like, Rita, we're back. You're not Rita. Now, you're a guy. Or girl.
My thing is, you kind of left it unanswered if Rita dropped that on purpose for him to become the evil Ranger.
That's the thing.
Or if it just, because you just said it fell from her staff, so it just fell from her staff?
It's open-ended, and that's kind of nice. But open-ended is only nice if you set it up the right way.
Exactly. I think that's what we're looking for. I'm looking more for a little bit more exposition, a little bit more setup. Without it, man, I'm sorry, I'm not greenlighting this. I'm not greenlighting this film.
I'll greenlight it, but it needs a lot of work.
And that's the thing. I don't have time for the work. I need to get this production out, so I'm not greenlighting.
What's that, Joe?
Greenlight? Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay.
I win. Anyway.
Fine. Congrats. You win. You got greenlit.
Me! Okay.
I'm just going to smile when it happens, I guess.
So, Joe's not actually here, guys. Blackwing 2040. So here's my pitch. Now that Rita is...
Look at it, Blackwing. I can't wait to hear mine.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Well, here it is.
Now that Rita is on the moon, she finds a new place for her to recreate her army and create her own ranger, which is Tommy. She gives him the Green Ranger powers and makes it turn evil, and he gets the Dragon Zord. Later on in the movie, they manage to break the spell and Tommy joins the team. Movie 3 will be Lord Zedd's introduction and how they develop to conquer Earth and have him kill Rita and then proceed with his plan involving Serpentera. Hold on.
That's...
The Rangers defeat him, but put them at a cost, with the powers being destroyed, and decide to live normal lives. Movie 4 and 5 will be Zeo. You can have the movie 4 bring in the Zeo crystals and his powers, and they defeat the Machine Empire at the end. And then the team departs again. Movie 6 will have the second Turbo team become Rangers, and they have to protect it from Divatox at the end of the movie. You can have this... The Rangers lose extremely bad, and then movies 7 and 8 can be in space, where you can have Andros and Zane as Rangers. And they recruit the other Space Rangers. And movie 8, you can be your countdown to destruction film. I know it's a lot, but you gotta think trilogy.
I gotta say, I do like how you're looking towards the future when it comes to, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that.
Yes.
But in some way, Blackwing, it feels like you're only saying you can because you know that's like, that's what a studio wants.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound to me like that's what you want, and you know the fans want it. And that's where my problem is. It's slightly disingenuous. And I've
never heard that word
honest.
before.
Well,
I know, yeah.
It's an actual word.
Yeah, I know it is. I've just never heard it.
It's said, right? But I just feel it is. It lacks, the whole genuine heart of the fan thing. It sounds like you're just throwing that part out because it's like, that's what people are going to love, and that's going to be a number. That's going to be great. Everything else from the beginning, though, was great. I felt the love. I love how the pitch itself is good. The ideas of, you can do this after if you want to. You can do this after. That's, I guess that's also, like, not really part of the pitch. It's just like an epilogue. But I do love the pitch. I love the introduction as far as introducing Lord Zedd coming through for movie 3 and things like that. I do. So, honestly, I would like to greenlight it, but I need to know what your opinion is.
I mean, it's kind of like my initial pitch last week where it was like, okay, so we have 6 movies, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. Only he added
Machine Empire
7 and 8.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is that, like, as much as we'd like to see that, I don't think we would, and it would have to skip over a lot of stuff. There's so much. Like, what you're trying to do is, like, okay, here's what we know about the Rangerverse, and how can we plug that into it instead of recreating it in its own way. You know what I mean? And it's not a terrible thing. No, not at all. No. It's just, how could we be more original with it?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I agree. And so with that, green light or no?
Yeah, green, yellow light. I'm gonna yellow light it because it's again like the last one.
Paula Abdul of this thing. You can't just say
because
no.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think we would hit 7, 8, but I like it.
Well, like I said, I love the pitch. You're greenlit. You're going to Hollywood.
You're going to Hollywood.
Going to Hollywood to tell someone about.
We don't actually have the power to bring you to Hollywood.
No.
No one actually takes this seriously.
Yeah, we don't. So that would be my thing. I'm going to go for it and say yes.
So we have a very opinionated comment afterwards, coming from Motor Shin Sentai Cross Cycle Neji Sonic Rangers. You have competition, Ryan. You have competition. Anyway, Chip Lynn and Judd Lynn are bad at marketing Power Rangers, blah, blah, blah. Wild Force Red, he's very opinionated about the series. And what I'm going to boil this down to, I'm not going to read this off, is that you have to realize that Power Rangers is in fact a children's show. You're watching a stream right now with 2 grown adults discussing a children's show. And if you're going to be as opinionated as this, you should probably take a step back.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're emphatic about some particular things, and some things I'm looking at and I'm like, wow, I didn't know someone could feel that strongly about some things. Just take some time to
really step back and realize that you're watching a glorified toy commercial with story.
That's it. We understand and we know exactly what we're watching. We know what we're talking about. Do you? That's the question. So
all right.
You got to take that time.
All right. So we have Super Samurai 1. He said in the comments that he broke his up into 3 parts, but we only have to read the first one if we want.
Okay.
Do you want to read just the first one, or?
See, I'm wondering, should we even save it for another one, and probably check? I don't know. Maybe we can do all 3. Maybe, let me see. How large are they?
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
We just clicked read more.
Whoa.
We're only going to read the first one.
Are we going to read any of them? Because it's not fair if we only read the first, and then after that you're like, but now I want to know what else happens. It's going to be like,
That's true.
So that's why I'm like, do we want to save it for next week?
You know what? We'll save your thing for next week because this is a lot, and
you got 3 films, and we will save your 3 films. We will go over them
because we need to wrap up soon.
Yeah,
this is a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. Apologies, but we will get to it.
We gotta wrap up in like a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. 0 more. Go dogs. Thanks. Craig Anderson. That is on. Wait.
Oh man, if you guys do, I guess we're gonna have to just do the rest next week.
Okay, well, 0 more, really quick. What's your favorite Red Ranger Zord? I kind of liked the V1.
Oh really?
From In Space, Andros' solo Zord. I kind of like that. Most of the car Zords I really like because I think it's just like this like hulking beast of speed. It's just this unnecessary size.
Okay. Me, I'm Hyperforce right now. Actually, every Zord in Hyperforce is now become my favorite. I'm not joking. They're really dope right now at the moment. That red one, oh my gosh, man! I'm sorry. I'm in. Hyperforce is it. Who do you love more as the 6th Ranger, Tommy or Cam? Tommy. You?
I like Cam.
Why?
Cam had more of a, he was built up to be this person his whole life, and now he finally gets his chance. Tommy was too, technically, but I don't know. I like Cam, and I relate to him a lot more than I do Tommy.
Okay, we'll see.
But if you put them in a fight, Tommy would win, hands down.
Oh, yeah.
But I like Cam more. I'm going to be straight about that.
You like Cam more. Okay, and last question. What's your favorite Power Rangers Christmas episode?
When Alpha kidnapped I'm just kidding. No, the Ninja Steel episode that we just saw is probably my favorite one because it seems like it is canon. It is canon, technically. And they took the time, as we said last week, to reshoot everything, to make everything kind of work. It would have been nice to have little, like, nods to, like, hey, we're going to do this Christmas episode, and you don't know it yet. But, you know.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I just wish that would have been the big difference for me. But honestly, I think that's the same answer. Same answer.
But yeah, that Ninja Steel Christmas is my favorite episode.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Well, we're going to get to their Power Rangers Hanukkah episode. There's never been a Jewish Ranger.
I think they've touched upon it.
I think we did talk about that once. Is there?
I don't know for sure, but I think it has been mentioned.
Yes, there has. Oh, yep. Yes, there has. Bridge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
That's all I was like, I know there was a Jewish Ranger, and they talk about it. So, yeah, there has been. It just, but there's not a Hanukkah episode. They actually don't have Christmas episodes. They have holiday episodes. And they just happen to always involve Santa. So that's just the way it works.
This is true.
I mean, Santa isn't Christmas. He's just Santa. And he flies around giving people gifts and stuff like that. That's how it works. What's up? Okay, cool. Saban says holidays are great. Okay.
Anyway, for next week, so we're going to get to Super Samurai 1's pitches next week, as well as...
Craig?
Well, we can read Craig's right now, because his is...
Oh, we got time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
But Anna Miles, yours is pretty big, so we'll get to yours next week.
Wait, open up Craig's? Are you sure? Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll get Craig's, and then after that, we're going to wrap up. But yeah. It was your turn. So.
Okay. Another great Ranger wrap-up episode, guys. My movie pitch is about the White Ranger. With Tommy losing his powers and Lord Zedd invading Earth, the Rangers are backed into a corner. Angel Grove is shocked when they hear of an appearance of the White Ranger. With all the help they can need. Excuse me. Zordon communicates with the planet Aquitar, and the White Ranger comes to help the Rangers stop Lord Zedd. Okay, okay. In the final battle, the Rangers are able to stop Zedd. However, their Zords are destroyed in the process. And in the post-credit scene, back at Lord Zedd's Moon Palace, before he can celebrate in taking away the Rangers' powers and Zords, the Machine Empire appears. The Machine Empire lets him know this time of
his time of wreckage.
His time of reckoning is up, and that Earth now belongs to them.
I think the Machine Empire would be a perfect after-credit scene.
I think so, because that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Like, they come in and they're like, look, we're here to make business happen. You know, like, time for you to go. And that's where, it's like, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
There's something bigger than Lord Zedd. So that's interesting.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And we're skipping, you're going right to the White Ranger thing, and I get it. And we'll just kind of fill in stuff with probably another movie or whatever. That's fine. So, wow.
I like it. It took a lot of points from the series. It didn't make it, like, transcribed directly from the episode. It was a nice twist, and it like brought in the White Ranger, the Thunder Zords, or not the Thunder Zords.
Like in Planet Aquatar, that's where the White Ranger's power was?
No.
That's why I was like, wait, okay.
No, yeah.
So, okay, all right.
I like it. It's a nice...
Because I was thinking like, wait, so that's a change.
It's a nice departure from the original story, and I like it. I like it a lot.
So, I mean, I'm down with it. You know what? Honestly, there are great points there, Craig. I definitely did enjoy it. Really inventive, original. Paying homage to things that were before, but making your changes so that we were able to embrace them.
Yes.
That's the cool thing about it. And with that, I'm definitely green lighting.
Green light.
So you got the green light from us.
You got the green light. I don't know. There's a song but I don't remember.
Give me the green light.
That.
Yeah, that's it. You got the green light, man. Congratulations. You're
going to Hollywood.
Yeah, you're going to Hollywood to pitch. So we'll see you at
Power Morphicon.
Yeah, we'll see you in Power Morphicon Anaheim. You're going to Anaheim. That's what it is.
You're going to Anaheim.
So
we're not. You're not at. We can't bring
well,
you.
No, but if you
we'll see you there.
Yeah, if you're there, then we'll
but
just like in the booth and hey, there you go. You'll get
Magdalia will fly you over.
Yeah, trust me, no problem. She can get that done for
just
you.
Just blow up
buddy.
her tweets.
Yeah. Just hit her up on Twitter as much as possible, Mickey Spicy. And
speaking of tweets,
hit her up a few times.
We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
I'm sorry, what? But Saban, he's really getting upset.
Yeah.
He just wants us to end it, so we're gonna end it right now. All right, no problem. Wait. Oh, I hope this horrible lighting gets fixed during.
What are you trying to say? Is it too dark over here?
What are you saying? It's horrible lighting. I think I look pretty. No, right?
I think she's trying to say it's too dark over here.
I look pretty good right here. I don't know. Anyway, so moving on
and wrapping up. Where can we find you on the Twitters and social media?
You can find me on a lot of things. I'm going to actually be on Infinity Watch. I saw that. #Infinity Watch. I'll be there. I'll be talking about some Marvel stuff. But on social media, you can see me anywhere by just looking up Battlestar Galactica, which is, of course, the best name in internet, or the best name in geek entertainment, and then that #BSG. What about you?
You guys can find me on all social media. Darrel J Delphin, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm going to be on tomorrow's stream of Conrad Corner, 4 o'clock.
Is it? I think it's 4 o'clock.
Anyway,
no one knows, but I think
it's tomorrow on Pop Culture Renegades. You guys can catch me there. And then I want to let you guys know, again, on Tuesday, my game that I voiced for Legatus Landor, lead character, it's having a PS4 release on, and I have about 5 free copies that I'm planning on giving away. 4 free copies that I'm planning to give away. I'm going to find a way to like do some sort of giveaway with you guys, maybe give some off to like Kelly for her Twitch streams or something like that. Maybe, we'll see. But I have until Tuesday to figure that out, so I hope you guys enter this giveaway.
That's right. So until then, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. Get it out to as many people as possible. And then, of course, with everything else, I guess
that's it. Be sure to tune in next week, because hopefully we're gonna have more Sentai confirmations. It's not rumors anymore, confirmations.
Yeah, confirmations.
And we're gonna be talking about the next episode of Power Rangers Hyperforce, since we're not gonna have Ninja Steel for quite a while.
So
yeah,
up reading reading the pitches, and that's it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun next week. So I hope to see you guys there. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture. Bye guys. Peace.
Saban loves you.